Hi, welcome back to my channel, and my name is Jolene. I'm an artist and sometimes, and today I'm going to be reading from some recovery books because that's what I do every day. And my cat just jumped up here. So she does something about me sitting up here. She's like, no, you need to be doing something else. Okay. Hi, this is Lilac Moon. She's 11. Yes. I will brush you when we're done with this. Okay. She has a love-hate relationship with grooming her. All right. So let's start with the serenity prayer. God, okay, here we go. Sorry. God, grant us serenity to accept the things we can't change, to have courage to change the things we can, and wisdom to know the difference. God's will, not mine, be done. All right. So yeah, I have a couple things that I started. Like these are just pieces of wood that I painted black. And I'm like, I don't know. I just thought that they were cool. And I think that I want to paint like scenes, like maybe oh, all right. So say hello. She's turning my computer. All right. I guess I have to hold on to that. All right. So yeah, I was thinking about like painting a house in the bottom and then the sky with the moon. And then there's this staple on the top. I don't know. Maybe I'll put some type of a thing flying out of it. Who knows? Because I have like this big piece of wood whoop, that I painted. And I thought this is a good, like a bookend, or just, I don't know, like I like pieces of wood. Maybe I'll paint a portrait, like one of these guys. I'm just gonna have to trust my higher power in the process because that's kind of what I do. I just like let it happen unless I have a commission, which I do have a couple commissions and I have issues with getting those done, at least lately. I don't know if you can hear her, but she has PTSD from Luigi, our our 3-year-old, who is a little more active than she would like. But it's good to watch it. It can't control all the things unless you remove yourself from situations, right? So I did go to the gym today. I'm trying to get into, I've been trying for a few days now to get into be a new patient at a doctor's office that my kids go to, right? So I called last week, if you know the story. I called last week and they said, because I was proactive, are you taking new patients? They said, yes, on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. We'll see if we're going to take new patients. I'm like, I need an appointment. They're like, no, we take walk-ins from 8 a.m. till 3 p.m. I'm like, okay, I'm going to come in next week. They said, okay, we'll see you then. Right. So here is next week. And so yesterday, if you've watched the video yesterday, I went and they said, oh, well, because it's a day after the holiday, which it's actually 3 days after the holiday if you count the weekend, but the weekend. Well, anyway, I was being picky because they were like, no, we're not taking any new patients today, but you can come back tomorrow or Friday. So here's tomorrow. We're in tomorrow. And so I went today. And the whole time I was praying, I was like, let me pray and you're okay. I was feeling anxiety. I was like, probably had too much coffee, but I was like feeling really anxious. I'm like, they're not going to let me go in today because I had that, like that fear from yesterday. That's what I thought it was happening. You can say it's psychic, but that doesn't help, right? It doesn't help except if you want to feel like you're special or all that, whatever. And I'm not there anymore. I'm in recovery and I want to be realistic and live life on life's terms because this is how life is, right? So, anyway, of course, they didn't. I signed in. There was a lot of people. I was like, there's too many people in here. But I prayed before I got there, like my serenity prayer and my third step prayer. And I'm like, you're okay, even if you're not okay. You're not sick. I mean, yes, you have this issue with your nerve issues and your all that, and your leg and your knee, but you're going to work out. You're doing the things you can. So I'm telling myself you're okay, even when you're not okay. And they may not take you today. So I choose to not have a bad attitude about it. That's my choice because I have tools, you know how to use them. And so that's how I used it. I go in, like I said, there's a lot of people, and I'm like, all right, they're like, just sign in. So I signed in and I was like, do they know I want to be a new patient? And I'm looking around. And so they were taking care of two people at the desk. I'm sitting there with my card and ready to go, you know, hoping, but expecting less, expecting them to tell me no again. So what happened is the lady in the back stood up and she said, if anyone is here trying to be a new patient, we're not taking anyone this week for new patients. We're too busy, we're overwhelmed, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, okay, we don't want you to wait here all day if, you know, we just know that we're not taking anybody this week. And yet there's a huge sign in the front saying taking new patients. There were obviously some people in the crowd. Wasn't that, it was probably like, I would say there was like 6 people in the waiting room. And one of them was like myself, who said, so what am I supposed to do now? You're not taking anybody? When? How? What? So what am I supposed to do? And I thought, oh, thank you, higher power, for that. For me not doing that. But, you know, it just is hard because, you know, he may have needed, you know, his medications or something like that. And I was on the fence anyhow, whether or not I wanted to take this route or another route. So anyway, I'm like, okay. So I just walked, and I was grateful that I did my prayers basically because I was okay. And I was like, okay, that sucked, but maybe I will just maybe this is my higher power, because I asked my higher power to help me, God, my angels, and all that, you know, guide me. What's the best decision? Because I'm like, this doctor will guide me towards an orthopedic. And I also have the other route would be acupuncturist and massage and holistic methods, which I prefer, but yet they're not covered under the insurance. So medicine that I don't really want to do and regret and resent, or natural methods like good diet, which I'm working on, and going to the gym. And yeah, so maybe that's what I'm going to do. I may go Friday to try, but no, not this week. Maybe next week, maybe the week after. But I think tomorrow I'm going to call and set an appointment with the acupuncturist that I did text as well last week, and thought, well, let me try to get the doctor. But eventually I would like to have a doctor. But sometimes you get like a doctor if you just go into, like when you are sick, then you need. But I rarely, if I'm sick, I don't go to the doctor because like I just take a bath or something. I do something. But I mean, if I'm really sick, I'll go to the hospital. But I'm not that crazy. All right. So anyhow, that was a long wind, but I wanted to tell you like how my program, how that works. Like I didn't want to have a bad attitude because there's nothing I can do about it. Like you can't go, oh, can't you see I need help? You told me yesterday I could come. Like I did, think that. I was like, she did say come tomorrow. But they, it's just how it is. I don't want to come in there one day after they've said all these things and me like if I complained, then they see, oh, here she is. No, we're not taking her as a new patient. I mean, the gatekeepers can choose. I still would like to use that doctor's office because my kids go there. Maybe when they go, I will say, hey, can I be a walk-in today and will you take me as a new patient? I think maybe that will help me get in better than just randomly going. Anyhow, what do you think? Have you ever had to do that before? Okay, here we go. Guide for daily reading for July 9th. I didn't even tell you what date it was. All right, July 9th. Here we go. We have page 54, number 77. I don't have other glasses. These must be from a couple years ago. 2 points. 54, number 77. 54, 77. Okay, I can see. Things to give. Today I pray I may give to my enemy forgiveness, to my opponent tolerance, to my customer service, to my friend kindness, to all people charity, to my family my heart, to every child a good example, to myself respect, to you higher power love with all my heart, with all my soul, and with all of my mind. Okay. We're getting through it. We're getting through it. All right, so we're continuing with chapter 10. I think that today's reading is going to be shorter. Where's my little page holder? Choosing happiness. Okay. All right, so we're on page 176, chapter 10. All right, here we go. Thanks for coming. Please subscribe if you haven't already, or if you're even still here. If you're even still here, subscribe because it helps the channel, helps other people find it. Okay. So here we go. All during high school and college, a young man lived with us. I spent a lot of time with him, but I didn't really know him. That young man was my brother. He's 3 years younger than I am, and I could have been a mentor to him as he went through high school and college right behind me, but I wasn't. I was too overwhelmed with living with an alcoholic home to do anything more than think about how to meet my own needs and desires. I can relate to this for my sister. Now I'm slowly learning how to be a big sister to her. I recognize that the answer to releasing my guilt is making amends, not by avoidance. I don't give advice unless they ask. I try to be there for her in a consistent and reliable way. As I've started to treat myself better, I've started treating her better as well. And today I'm on step 8. I know someday I need to and want to make amends to my sister, or rather your sibling, but that doesn't mean I can't start changing my behavior today. Yes, I have talked about this before, but my sister that lives here in Youngstown, we started hanging out because I moved when I was 18. I moved away for like almost 40 years and never really got to see her. And so now we do things like we make a plan to spend time together. Like when I first moved here, not so much, but now we're like, okay, let's go to the gym together. So we were going to the gym together for a while, and that's nice because then we have like this habit of like we'll go to the gym and then we'll go get coffee and just hang out, and yeah, so it's nice. And also I have another sister, my youngest sister, who lives on the other coast, and I got to talk to her yesterday, which was wonderful. And Yeah, she's quite a bit younger than me. Actually, she was born on the night of my graduation, my high school graduation party. So we are 17 years difference. So 17 or 18 years. I was just about to turn 18. Yeah. So anyway, it's good because yeah, making living amends with my family, just spending time and in a recovered mindset, not taking things personally, being open and less avoidant. I'm normally very avoiding of relationships. So anyhow, all right. Mwah. I love you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Come and see me.